That's it. I'm live now. That's the reality. I was ripping out to the song for a while, but now I'm here now. No more serious business. Knocking on the microphone with my hand like a goddamn professional. Woo! How's everyone doing tonight? Can you hear me? I'm seeing input. But lately stuff's been weird. Slivers hears me. Thank you for just knowing that I was going to worry about it. Why am I so tiny? I mean, I'm making room for a lot of Kickstarter. I mean, for now, I could blow myself up a bit. Whoa, too big. Let's go sensible. But in a moment, a little print preview, that's going to happen, and I'm going to be on Kickstarter. And so I'll make myself small so you can see the game, because you can't see that there's a dexterity game behind me, because my big fat head's in the way. Oh, now there's a dexterity game, so that's in a moment. Let us not rush it. How... Isn't that crazy? I can grow and shrink like Alice in Wonderland. I have to do so many fewer mushrooms to do it. Not none, but fewer. We got lunches up here. We got Missy up in here. You didn't see me. I didn't see anybody. You didn't. We didn't compete in code names or anything. Unmatched reference. No. I would never find ways to shoehorn cameos of Restoration Games products in my live streams and videos. It's a bit cheeky, a bit cheap. I wouldn't do that. But I gotta say, Alice in Wonderland is a fierce opponent. If ever you do, give it a shot. Pretty fun. See how she goes against Robin Hood. Buy both packs. Do it. Buy it all. Why would it ask to say nerds? Is too many R's? Are they afraid of the letter R? Grow a third hand for Bruce Lee. I know. Keep up. Gotta somehow keep up. Gotta have extra limbs. But that's just more stuff he could punch and hurt. I, for one, am just like, make a Jackie Chan pack. Just make all the different nice guys he's been. Fantastic. But we got so many folks up in here. I'm happy to have you all. Got JB Lewis in here. We got Lunchies B. Whoop back from the dog. Walk Quicksand. We got Alexander up in here. We got McGreedy. Which now I'm looking at this, probably Madge, Red D, or something like just McGreedy. We got Peeps. Speaking of Alice in Wonderland, says Bob, I was just playing my first round of Villainous, and one is the Queen of Hearts. That game is freaking amazing. Yeah, that one's cool, the way you like tip the cards and stuff like that. I haven't played Villainous in some time. We have the base, box from Steve. I believe Steve gave us that. And then we got the first expansion. Karen got that for Nick as a housewarming gift for the studio, essentially, kind of, wanting him to feel welcome here, because he's here a lot, but he doesn't live here, but he is here a night or two a week, so it was a nice gesture. And I haven't played any of that. I haven't played any of those things because Nick took it home with him to Santa Clarita, and they got a lot of mileage out of Villainous with his roommates there, and I haven't played the new stuff. And then now there's new stuff. Haven't even got that. So I'm falling behind swiftly on Villainous, but the couple times I played, it's been really fun. I do enjoy that game. I just like the art and style. It's just kind of reveling in this Disneyness, and it's a game for Target and stuff like that that's actually decent, which I appreciate because it's going to help this hobby along. That's what we love about the Brothers Merchant Slavers. We don't have to worry about them selling out, or at least, what's really sad is when you're a sellout, but you just don't admit it. I'll put up games. I'll put up any Restoration game right now, and it's not really selling out when even our sponsor does not ask us to do that. So we shill harder than they would ever want us to. So that makes us, we outsell the sellouts or something. It just makes it good. That's all I know. So it makes it good. Thelonious Mage up in here. Greetings to you. And cuckoo. Yo. What it do? How's everyone doing? What all have y'all been doing this weekend? What you been up to? Looks like Sherrall's at like a Ren Fair today, and stuff. And it's just things going on. Minnesota's got snow. Why? We are on fire, but it's not that bad anymore. It's fine. It's our new normal. Just it's on fire all the time, which is a weird normal to have and live in. And But let's see. What have I done this weekend? Have I played anything this weekend? It's the unspoken thing when I say, "What have you been up to this weekend?" I'm saying, "What have you been playing, you butts?" Is Cheryl here? No. Oh, she is here. Cheryl, how's the Ren Fair? I didn't even realize I was talking about you. Like, oh yeah, she's at the Ren Fair, and I hadn't scrolled down, so I didn't see that. That you were here. So I apologize. I forgot when you scroll up, it doesn't continually update the feed, which is a nice feature. But I was just like, no one's talking. Everyone was talking. Chuck Norris expansion. We got a lot of requests for Chuck Norris. We got a lot of requests for Mr. Rogers versus Bob Ross. It's a fun thing they're doing at Gen Con, and I think we'll do it at future conventions. There's a little paper and a little box you can drop your suggestions for who you want to see on a match in the box, which is really fun. Spracknell up in here. Evil Queen is live. I've heard the Evil Queen is really cool. I really want to try that one. Trying to think if he was my favorite from the base game that I played. Captain Hook was cool. I like that they're all different. You know, I've played most of the ones from the base game, if not all. Can't remember. Bob says it's pretty cool, although we played 6-player, but it's a good game, well balanced. Yeah, 6 gets long. I would just as soon split up and play 2 3-player games and all be kind of hanging out because it's just all the same, but it might move a little quicker. But I've never played at 6 either, so I don't quite know. Steve up in here says Jimmy and I played Underwater Cities and Tapestry yesterday. Jimmy's first play of both and first play of Tapestry for me. Man, I'm so bummed. I misread y'all's text. So the plan yesterday I had like from 12 to 4 kind of like open. And so I was like, oh my God, they're meeting at 12. I just saw the 2 and like never once read the text right. And so yesterday morning, it's kind of getting to like 10 and almost 11, you know, when I would need to hit the road to get there. And I was like, man, I haven't heard from anybody. Like, it's weird. And so like I kind of hit up Jimmy like, hey, you still going to get there at 12? And then I got like nervous about it and thinking like, oh, I bet I should reread the text and said 2 to 4 or starting to meet at 2, which mean I only had a little bit of time. I was like, damn. So I couldn't make it. But how'd you like Tapestry, Steve? I heard a bit of Jimmy's thoughts on it. He seemed to enjoy it just fine. And yeah, for you, how was it? Then how'd you enjoy the solo? It seems like you're saying you soloed it a couple times after, as I'm completely convinced I'm playing it wrong, or it's just literally impossible. Because I played the easiest level and got destroyed, and I'm like, this ain't right. Something's not right. Anyway, so catching up. Yeah, how the heck is everybody? I'm trying to think of what I've done. So did I play anything, do anything? I haven't played anything since Thursday. We played Unmatched on Thursday, and then after we played, Karen, Shay, and I played a little Hadara over dinner, which was quite nice. And JB says the solo mode in Tapestry is so much fun. I think I need someone to take me through the solo because it seems incredibly cumbersome and like work filled, and I think it's because I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, but I soloed it a couple times. One time I for sure did it wrong, and then I fixed some stuff and then did it I think slightly better, but I think maybe still wrong. The one thing I liked about it was I could just kind of like focus on like doing my thing and just be kind of intimate with the game and like, you know, just tripping out on the puzzle without like worrying about anyone else's timeline, that was cool. So McGrady says had a great weekend playing games. Played Monster Crunch. That was cool last year. I remember seeing that come out. That's a cereal one that you know kind of makes like the blueberry and stuff. That was just cool. Grim Masquerade, Fine Sand, Copycat, Takanoka, Raiders of the North Sea, Halloween Party, Raw, the dice game, and Horrified. Man, you mix it up with some spookies in the middle there. I like that. Also played an interesting card game / RPG called For the Queen. Interesting. Nice. Steve says, enjoying the solo, scored at 197 and 207 solo, playing easy mode and ended up 1-1. When I soloed and I got through the full game, here's the thing. I'll open up by saying I'm pretty bad at Tapestry. And when I finally played like the full game solo, it was the best game I'd played just because there's more familiarity. I think I got like 180 or something and got like smashed by 120 odd points. Like they literally almost doubled my score on the easiest mode. That's what makes me curious about like, did I do something wrong? Because they got to the top of all 4 tracks like in their second or third era at the latest, and then like just literally sat there with nothing to do, and I would just flip over cards until they did their income a couple more times. It was bizarre, and I'm like, this seems wrong. Missy played some Gloomhaven, one more game, and I retire again. Are you serious? I mean, I know like sometimes they take longer than others, and Nick and I really have not played that much Gloomhaven. Like we just really haven't. But I am a long ways off from retiring. Like I'm gonna be level 9 for sure, because I think I just in the last time we played last week, I think I got to level 5 or 6, maybe 5. So I'm over halfway there, but I'm not halfway toward retirement. So I'm just gonna be beast mode for a while, and then just kind of, which isn't like a bad thing. It'd be cool to have all these powers and stuff. But yeah, I'm just like, it's gonna take me a long time. My retirement condition is. It'd be easier in like a 4-player game for sure. So it'll be fine. Sliver says, after watching a couple games of Tapestry on Twitch and YouTube, it's a big old nope for me. I'm not surprised to hear that, Slivs. And that's fair. That's fine. I've enjoyed my plays of it, but I know Steve has it. I know Crook has it. And I'm very happy because I don't need to get it because they have it. I'll have as much access to it as I need. And I don't need it every day in front of me. It'll be just fine. So that's exciting, but I do want to play some more. And I mean, I really want to play it again. I was so excited, Steve, to when I thought I was gonna be able to come out, because I was like, man, I would love to play Underwater Cities and Tapestry. That'd be perfect. So, I guess at 2-player, those games probably moved a little bit quicker, which is nice. But, I do appreciate how simple Tapestry is in terms of just kind of move the thing, do the thing, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not crazy. It's fairly simple in its way. Thelonious Mage says Alien vs. Predator versus Robocop versus Terminator unmatched. That'd be pretty wild. Chucky versus Jason versus Freddy versus Ash unmatched. That could be pretty cool. I like the idea of kind of doing, movie villain. Well, I guess Robocop's not a villain, but that kind of thing. These unstoppable monsters, or like the slasher. A slasher set would be pretty cool. I like the idea of having like 3 kind of villains and Ash just like ready to like throw down. That's a, I don't know in terms of IPs and rights and stuff, how easy or not easy that would be to accomplish, but that would be very cool to pull off. So, Slivers and Spracky Dax played Relax on the Couch and Nap to get ready for the upcoming week. Pretty awesome board game. I'm with you there. We're going to blow through this Kickstarter. There's not a ton this week. It's kind of a slow time. It's a tricky thing being in between. There hasn't been nothing lately. Like there have been, but they've been kind of in little bits, few and far between, it seems, in terms of like really compelling, hot campaigns. It's tough when you're in the middle of Gen Con. Essence coming up. It's like, there's like 1,600 games coming out in a 2-month span, and people are blowing money. So I get that Kickstarter is a little bit slower as a result. And Slivers, right after this, Karen and I are going to be playing that game called Watch West Wing for a little while, then go to bed. It's going to be great. I'm pretty excited for it. Bob said, I'll play Tapestry at BGG Con. Yeah, that's the perfect time to do it. Perfect time to do it. Bob says, we got Villainous, Citadel's Viticulture with cheese. Sweet. Say Anything, cards against Raiders, and Barron Park played. It was a good weekend. Nice. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, man? We got Huck Finn up in here. How are you doing? Got Alexander saying, for Gloomhaven, it happened to me with one character that the retirement was too far ahead. So what I did is create a new character and put that one aside, like if somebody else was entering the game. That's interesting. I'm really enjoying my Mind Thieves. I definitely don't want to, do... I wouldn't want to, retire, or not retire, but set that person aside. But that's actually a kind of a good, like, idea if I got like to level 9 and it was still going to take a while, and I was kind of like, all right, I've explored what I can with this character. Maybe that would be a good thing to do, just to switch it up and see what's going on. So Matthew's asked that I check my Slack. So I'm going to check my Slack. Hey, Matthew, by the way. I'm not busy. I'm just hanging out with these butts, trying to catch up with the chat and just going slow enough to the point. That's taking a while. Tim Holing says, isn't that what Horrified is? Never heard of it. There's enough. A match can have it too, but it probably is what Horrified is, yeah. Can I answer that question, Matthew, here? About what my thought on Bonfire Night is? My for anyone that doesn't know, Bonfire Night, it's just people setting off fireworks in the street. It's kind of like 4th of July, I guess. But I remember trying to record like an early episode, I think, of This Game Is Broken on Bonfire Night, and it was just insanity. Like Dan was just in a war zone. What are my thoughts on it? Like, I would love to do an episode with y'all on it for sure, if that's the question. I'd have to look into the historical context again behind it. But I would love to do that and then answer things more deeply. But I'm down. I'll take whatever side you want me to, boss. That was a question. Guy Fawkes and all that shit. Yeah. I think it's. I don't know. I mean, just to have good dinner, Steve. So yeah, blowing up Parliament and stuff. I think it's kind of badass. Like, I think there's something healthy, and I can rehab. If anyone's listening, forget this happens if ever end up on the episode and stuff. I think it's healthy to have like a day that people celebrate that is them standing up to your own government and stuff. Like we celebrate 4th of July, which it's a patriotic thing, but it's a day we declared independence from some foreign invader, not invader, but like this oppressor. We said, we want to be our own thing, which is cool. And like, that's fine. But I kind of like it's even better. Where it's like, we're going to light this shit up. Yeah, man. Remember the time we blew it up? Fuck yeah. Like, I don't know. I think that's a healthy thing to be like, yeah, we should question these things and stuff. And obviously, I wonder if people on Bonfire Night will be a little extra riled up and roused just because there is some turmoil going on across the way. So I think even more than ever, like a day like, or night like Bonfire Night's important to remember the past, to reflect upon the present. When they failed at blowing it up, and people fail at lighting off fireworks, blow up their hand and stuff. It's, it can be very inside. So, I call Matthew June an oppressor all the time. He forces me to record a podcast. He makes me send him the audio after. He looks up, checks up on me if I haven't sent him the audio. He's an oppressive force that I happily accept into my life. It's a simple fact now. Simple. It's there now. Yeah, V finished the job. Dude, how amazing is V for Vendetta? And how frightening is it now to watch? Because it seems very not far from reality a lot of the time. Like, excuse me, Karen and I watched V for Vendetta less than a year ago, and I was just like, holy shit. Like, yeah, we're not that far off from the film, from the start of the film, at least, before it gets all, like good stuff. Nothing good ever happens in that movie, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to shrink myself down a hair. So we're going to get into some Kickstarter business. Ew. Pap, just right there. Not too small, not too big. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn on a little display capture. Bam! Here we go. We are in Kickstarter now. Kickstarter is a website, though. It's a reference people use to spend money. Guy Fawkes Day is a celebration of we stopped the evil traders from winning, not a celebration of the revolution. Okay, I don't know. I don't care. I'm not from there. So I have to look more into it before I give my final answer. But the point is we should question our governments and be critical thinkers in general. So this is Kickstarter. No one's ever heard of this site, but it's pretty cool. It's going to be huge someday. So what we have here, which I'm just scrolling through, and I'll scroll back down, is a list of active campaigns in the tabletop games category. And they're just listed from new to old. As we scroll down, we go older and older. So as we scroll up, like I'm doing now, we go to newer and newer campaigns, all the way up to, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that launched today, because there's just stuff every single day. And what we have, or what we like to do, what Slivers, if you don't mind me boasting out Slivers a little bit, has done is organized a list of campaigns that people have shown interest in usually, especially if anyone from the Bing Bong community has typed about a certain game in Discord that they've been checking out on Kickstarter, things like that. We try to focus on games that people are interested in, games that, especially if a game has like a ton of press on it and stuff and it's been doing really well for itself, we'll be sure to check into the hot campaigns. And it's a good way for, if someone's brought up this campaign that maybe isn't as... It's not a CMON game. That's always going to get attention and stuff like that. But if someone's like, hey, this game seemed really cool. It's a cool thing you can do in our Discord by hanging out. You can basically help shape the direction of this thing. Like someone said, ooh, Avatar dice. And then that's all someone has to say for me to be like, all right, well, click on Avatar dice. And then what we can do is we can go into the page like this and see what the hell are the Avatar dice about. Okay, there's some dice that look like they are inspired by the 4 classical elements. So let's see, inspiration nostalgia for a masterpiece, a unique set of CNC dice aluminum for board games. They have a goal of $2,200 or almost $2,000, and with 24 days to go, I feel like they're going to make their goal. Dice tend to do well on Kickstarter. If you haven't been to any of our previous things, people like dice. It's one thing I've learned. If I know anything, and Mike, a 32-year-old, whoa, very familiar. I'm Mike. I'm 32 years old. I create dice all the time. No, I don't. So maybe here in the States, if we flip the script of Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day, it would be close to what Mike was talking about, a close look at the past without patriotism goggles. Totally down with that. I think we absolutely should. I know some people do, like they reference it differently. I think that'd be a much better, healthier thing to do. Like, just say, hey, let's learn a little bit about the folks that were here before us, because like I don't know much about them. I really don't know enough about different indigenous tribes and stuff, Native Americans, things like that. I would love to know more. So I think we should totally do that. And it's like, and we can still be patriotic. I'm not saying don't be patriotic. Like there's times during the Olympics and things I get very patriotic. I'm like, oh yeah, because it makes me believe in the highest aspirations we have and stuff. So I think anything we can do to shift the narrative to that of like, hey, let's make today about like service for others and all the things that we kind of hold near and dear in our hearts. And like, let's do that. So this is just, now I'm kind of sucked into these dice real quick. So I guess this is how the water die would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So I'm curious. So something like this, like assuming these are the die faces, would you be into something like this? Because for me, I'm like, okay, and part of it would be familiarity, right? These are your personal dice and stuff. But would like something like this be groovy to you, or is it too convoluted and wild? So like 1 obviously is like 1 drop, that makes sense. 2, it's like, okay, I see the 2 wave humps, but then 3 goes to 1 wave hump, but 3 like little current symbols. Then 4 is like 4 little swirly doos. Then 5 is, I don't know, an abstracted wave. And then 6 is like a true like bitch and curl. And this is like a little surfer thing. Is that like too many different things? Or do you like this kind of thing for dice? Would you be like, I'm cool with it because they'd be my dice and I would know that this is the 5. Like that's the 5. And I'd be down to do that learning because I don't know. The art and numbering is difficult. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when I sit and think about it for a second, I'm like, okay, there's 3 of these lines. That's 3. Okay. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements to it. That's 5. But like, I'm like, it's always a little bit different the way it presents itself. So I'm like, yeah, the 6 is just like, it's cool. It's the coolest looking one. So I don't know. It's just tricky. I need a cheat sheet to remember the numbers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, stuff like that. Jordan says, I have no use for these dice. Same. I mean, I think it'd just be like, it's cool. But yeah, I'm like, this is actually would be difficult to use if you were. So that's crazy. I mean, I guess I would think maybe 4 because there's 3. There's like 1 flame and then 2 sides. Oh, that's cool. I'm just like curious. Like, yeah, that's the most sensible. Like that. This is okay. 6 is just kind of crazy, but again, the crazy ones because this one's like kind of uniform. They're swirlies, right? You got 1 big swirl, which maybe I would mistake with a 6. So maybe I take back a little bit, but 2 through 5, 2 things, kind of 3, 4, 5. Like that's like within a theme enough of like air billowing, blowing, and uniform enough that it would make sense for dice. So that's cool. Let's see what Earth looks like. That's cool. These two are better than the first two. Anyway, that's just an example of things we can look into, but let's go over here. So this one wasn't actually on the list. I think maybe it's a bit too new, but Flick Fleet, I saw like an ad on Facebook or something. So I was just like, wanted to take a look at it a little more. And then as I was scrolling to get down to Roman Roll, which I'm very excited to learn more about, I saw that. So I was just like, oh, let's see what Flick Fleet is. Let me scroll this down. Oops, right about there is good. Anyway, so if at any point, if we're scrolling, doing whatever, or you want me to elaborate or something on a campaign or something, pop it in the chat and we can stop off at any point. Okay. Eurydice Games. Is that what this is? Eurydice Games? Flick Fleet, the second wave reprint and scenarios expansion. I'm just curious. It's 2-player. That's interesting. 20 minutes. Quick little dexterity flicky game. Space battle dexterity game where you flick your ships to move and flick dice to fire. Okay. After the success of our first Flick Fleet Kickstarter, the fantastic reception it received from our backers, we want to bring it to a wider audience through a second printing while also adding some extra content with a scenario perk. Sweet. What's in that box? Oh, it's got a very retro vibe. I don't mind it for this. It kind of looks like something from the 80s, but if it's purposefully so, I can get with that. Lots of stuff. Okay. So capital ships, cubes, D10, D6. Okay, story. Let's get into some gameplay here. Do they have any sort of Giphy doos? Flick to fire. Oh, so you go put the die on a ship, kapow it. Interesting. Maybe what it rolls is, okay, all ships can move by flicking them and fire by flicking a die from them at their target, but larger ships also have additional capabilities. Shields absorb damage, can be recharged. Bays can launch wings of smaller ships for defensive runs and things. Destroyers, carriers. They have a bunch of different types of ships and stuff. Less than 20 minutes. So I guess you're probably trying to blow each other's other fleet up. Deluxe versus standard. All right. What do you think about this one? I'm curious how much this goes for. Alpha Wing, Trooper, Hero, something else, please. The nearest sector. Deluxe handcrafted, etched and signed copy of Flick Fleet for about $57. Gorilla Wing. Are these all Hope Wing? So standard copy is going to run you about $35. I'd probably want the deluxe version to get slightly nicer components, but I wouldn't want to pay for it. So this would be one that I wouldn't be into personally, but it's just kind of, I don't know, kind of fun. Flicking stuff around. What do you think of flicking games in general and dexterity? Are you a dexterous type? Yeah. Well, that's cool though. Not a fan, says Bob. Tumbling dice meets flip ships. That's what it kind of seems like. Yeah, right? Like a little bit. Yeah, it's just one that I saw the thing as I was kind of scrolling on Facebook. And I was like, oh. And so then it pops up here. I'm like, oh, just want to check it out. So, and yeah, Alexander's not really a flicking game type person. So it's not the audience. Yeah, it's just like if it was affordable. Gimmicky without real gameplay. Yeah, flicking is fun. Yeah, and it's one of those things that I'm like thinking, I have Joy's copy of Flip Ships, Mom writes, who let us borrow it. It's flicking games are like such a, like, in theory, great. And they are really fun, but they're just not going to hit the table. And I think I've realized that. So, during our call, we got rid of Ice Cool. We got rid of Flick 'em Up. We got rid of all those things. If I was to get in a flicking game, I would probably get Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter because it's co-op and stuff. And that seems interesting to me. But hey, what are you gonna do? That's all right. I guess I have Fireball Island has flicking elements, so that's the flicking game for me. Says I don't want to have to do a bunch of resolution after flicking. I should flick and then boom, next thing to flick. Yeah, you want to keep it simple, right? And Dave the Androids only played Catacombs and Castles, and it was okay, I guess. That's fair. Yeah. They're fun. They're Meeple Circus is cool. I want to play Men at Work. That was being played at Dice Tower West by Jabs and a few others. And we were playing something else, and they're kind of at the table right there. So I was like looking over, and I was like, man, that does seem fun. Like stuff like that. I kind of like that more like stacking type dexterity things more than flicking games. And flicking games in general are fun. And again, like I like Fireball Island because it's just light and silly, and you're flicking the marbles. You know, and there's enough game around that element that I enjoy it, but it's also quick and stuff. So I think that's what it is. It's just not. I'm not going to play them very often. But Justin needs not worry about me culling Fireball Island. That's not going anywhere. Not until the contract lapses. They don't pay us. It's gone. Selling it. Got to recoup. All right. Monique, you're here. Hello. How are you? How the heck are you doing? Nabar says, yeah, I've never seen Men at Work available at retail. Yeah, it's neither have I. I've never seen it places, and I think that's what kind of caught me. I don't think I'd ever seen that game, period, prior to them playing it. And I was kind of like, whoa, what is this fun thing? And you're putting like beams and stacking stuff. I was like, and it looked very much like Meeple Circus or like junk art. And like, yeah, I was just like, oh, it seemed cool. I'd love to try it. And like, that's a good convention game, you know, like I'm happy that those things exist there. I'll be happy to play something like that, at a con. That sounds awesome. So, yeah, I'm sure it's available somewhere. Anyway, on to the next game. So this is the first one that's actually on the list. This is Roam and Roll. This is a Euro style roll and write by David Tursky, who did like Anachrony and does all the solo stuff for like Sierra West and Teotihuacan, stuff like that. So David Tursky and Nick Shaw, and I'm very excited to see what the hell this is. So let's go. A roll and write Euro game. Get in my wallet now. Roll, draw, and conquer. Build Rome and raise legions in the strategic roll and write from the Tursk and the Shaw. Looking for 12 grand. Made 36. Not too bad. Got over 1,000 backers. So this game can't be too expensive, I suppose. I think it says like 30 odd bucks. We'll scroll down here in a bit. I'm just going to go ahead and remind me of that now, because I definitely want to get into this one. Okay. 64 AD. Rome has fallen to fire. Who will restore the great city to its former glory? Roman Roll is a 60 to 90 minute strategic and interactive roll and write game. 60 to 90 minute strategic and interactive roll and write game for 1 to 4 players. Are you okay? From the designers of Anachrony, Dice Settlers, welcome to Dinoworld. In Days of Ire, you will rebuild Rome and vanquish your foes. I am in. I don't care what happens. That is a bit long for roll and write. I just want to play it to see how the hell you do it. That's very long for a roll and write. Welcome to Dinoworld is one of the more involved roll and writes we have. So and again, given the dudes that made Anachrony and stuff, I'm not surprised that this is on the much heavier than any other roll and write side of things. So you draft from a pool of custom dice to collect resources, construct the town and raise legions, political alliances and colonies, and even the gods all have a part to play. I am so intrigued already. This seems insane. So this is from David here. Roman Roll is a unique chance to explore the tool set of roll and writes in the mindset of a highly interactive economic Euro, but with just the right amount of brain burn. I'll bet you it's on the hard side of brain burn. Cool art and stuff. Okay. Solo mode. Okay. Let's get into some of the gameplay. Okay. People like it. It's about $35 American. You get this mini because, Kickstarter. Didn't write that much when I was in school, says Slivers. Yeah. So I'm just curious, like, what do you do? It's gonna be better than Fleet the Dice game. Yeah, that's what I want to find out. I'm like, Fleet's the new, for me, like standard. Like that's the bomb. That's the bar. Like try to get to that or above to blow my mind. Okay. Don't be doing this. You got all these little minis and stuff. That's cool. But how is the gameplay, folks? What's in the box? Okay, dry erase shared map board. Okay, it looks like a Euro, tell you that. Damn. Colored squares. Look at that. Routes. Dry erase character sheet. I like that. I'm definitely into the trend of roll and writes with like dry erase boards and stuff. That is real sweet, especially in a game like this where it is player limited. It's like, yo, give me some stuff that just makes it easy. I don't want to burn through paper trying to go green over here. It's 2019. We got to reduce, reuse, recycle, folks. Overseer meeples, foreman meeples, very different from each other. Dry erase pens, Dees, blueprint cards. Oh yeah. God's favors cards. Oh, yeah. Nero's bonus. Okay, stuff. All right. Draft the dice to match your needs. Roll, draw, and conquer. Draw your conquests out Tetris style onto the 7 hills of Rome. That's interesting that's shared. I want to see more about that. Like, what? Play 1 of 4 or 7 if we reach the stretch goals. I like how they do that. Asymmetric character classes, ranging from merchants to military leaders with a wealth of different strategies to deploy. For example, the Legatus allows for more soldiers, while the Mercator's unique powers gather you more resources. Exploit, create, raise, build. Okay. All right. What's going on there? Stuff. Prototype. Previews. Just show me the GIFs. It's so much easier when they show you in the GIFs. Okay, so you can get some upgradey things. So one thing I'll say, I mean, here's the thing. I'm into this because this is one of those things that the folks making it and stuff are people I trust. But I'm like, I want make it easier for me to understand how to play. Folks, come on now. Give it to me easier. But that's okay. Here's the thing. I do want to get this because it seems like a big old roll and write. I'm pretty excited. Okay. Another similarly weighted game that we're going to talk about next is Sumo Gnomes, which I'm very excited about. So catching up here, is there a player backstabbing in alliances or open bidding between players that extend the game time? Maybe. I don't know. I was really interested in the game that Roman Roll presented, but I really dislike how it looks, and sadly, I play way less games that I don't find attractive. I'm shallow like that. I agree. When I saw that middle board and it's kind of like the squares, I know you're kind of putting Tetris style stuff in there, but I was kind of like make it get a little bit more panache. What I like is like underneath that and do it very, you can do it very subtly, but have like a watermark, something image underneath. That's kind of the town or something. It's not anything that's gonna be distracting from seeing the squares, but just like something. And maybe that's obviously probably not finished. But then in the very center, you had like a little bit of art with like, the center of Rome or whatever it's supposed to be. That looked really nice. I'm like, just extend that out underneath the thing. So you still have the important, like I can see what I need to be doing, but just like a little bit of stuff underneath it to deepen a little. Shared is it like, let's make a chariot route. That's what it seemed like. I'm like, all right, like, yeah. And JB saw men at work at my friendly local game store. All right. So I guess it exists some places. Isn't D&D technically a roll and write? I'd say it's the roll and write, man. Like that's the bomb right there. So roll and writes is true nerd business, man. Looks like pre-designed the layout for completed stretch goals. Yeah. Maybe they'll do something to get better art and stuff like that. So more of a role play and write, says whoever it was. I just lost it. Sorry, folks. 2/3 of Rome burned down that year, but some of the Latin they have is a tad inaccurate and was an inverted syntax. But I love Rome and I love roll and writes, so it's an instant back for me. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, just the idea if I can like truly make like a bigger roll and write like that. That's kind of, I'm intrigued. For like $35, I'm kind of like, let's go for it. Why not? Let's see what the heck happens. Making dinner, says Monique, and my kid got a hold of the Sharpie and I heard Sumo Gnomes. Figured I heard that incorrectly. Nope. Sumo Gnomes. It's exactly what we're seeing here. Yeah, and Alexander says, since I can't know for sure what the art's going to look like, I'll wait for retail. That's fair, because like it might just kind of be like that at the end. You don't know. I hope that they would make it nice, it's because it's a Euro. It doesn't have to look like one, it can be nice. Everyone will be fine if things look nice. This is the quality lewd gnome content you only get in live streams. Yeah, we don't put this into videos. When it's live, Hey, that's no hold barred. You know, we don't know what's going on. Look at this rabbit. Look how shocked they are to be seeing what they're seeing. This is a 2-player game that's 1 to 5 minutes. Let's find out what the hell is going on. Pocket-sized wrestling. Sweet! Become a sumo wrestling gnome to eject your opponent from the tree stump. Doyo? Tree stump like dojo? Is that the finale dojo? I'm probably butchering that, and I apologize. Okay, so they've made their goal. They're looking for right around just over $8,000, and they're almost at 9, so good for them. Become a sumo wrestling gnome. Use custom dice to move, push, spin, and trick your way around the stump. Looking for that crucial advantage that you'll need to claim victory. Sumo Gnomes is a quick, portable game that is ready to play in less than a minute and will pop back in your pocket when the battling is done. Okay. Yeah, cool little custom dice. I like the setup here. I don't know if you're putting the dice or what, or you're moving your little gnome around. Okay, let's find out. So these gnomes right here have had enough. Time to battle setup. Okay, put your gnomes on those spots. Okay. Grab your 4 dice. When you first roll all 4 of your action dice, place 2 of those dice in the reserve area and the other 2 in the numbered action areas. Okay. Future turns, you'll only roll the dice not in your reserve area. Then choose your actions from all 4 dice. Okay. So your reserve, maybe those are the ones you know you for sure want, and like save those things. That looks bad. Will this be better than thumb wrestling? I think that they're probably going to get sued for stealing the idea of thumb wrestling. You know? Bob says, I think this is going back to Roman Roll. I think this will be the first of many bigger roll and writes, basically making any game a one-play legacy game, if that makes sense. Interactive board gaming for one play. I think we've seen the trend with roll and writes getting bigger and trying to. I think it's fun. That's one thing I really appreciate is it seems like there's a challenge, and you get these smart folks that are designing stuff like this. And I think the challenge is to see like how big of a roll and write can we make, like make a big old game and stuff, but have it be a roll and write and still somehow fit into that. And I appreciate that. I like that. I like that you see this. I've seen this in board games before, where it seems like there's a trend where people are challenging themselves. The other thing, roll and writes are doing this, and then the other thing I'm seeing are 18-card games, button shy games. Like that seems to be the magic number right now. What's the most you can make with the fewest things? And I really appreciate that people seem to want to challenge themselves to get creative. It means we get interesting things. Like, is Sumo Gnomes like the game for me? I don't know, but I just like that people are thinking of weird stuff like this. I don't know. It's cool. Ooh, Bob says it could be a year roll and write. That's pretty cool. 10 dice and it's a pocket game. Yeah, you'll have some jingly pockets, with all your dice. McGowan, all right, have a good night. Villainous Mage, this presentation actually makes me wish it was more Onitama-like. The Sumo Gnomes, yeah. It seems pretty darn simple. You're just trying to outfox your little opponent and get them off the stump. It is funny, like this art, and I don't know, I guess there are no cards and stuff. It's just this, but this art's like so kind of gnarly. Then at least for the purposes of the campaign, they're so kind of basic, which is fine. I don't mind, but she seems interesting. Rainer up in here. I am not a fan of big roll and write games. It ruins the charm and elegance. So what do you think of your boys' Roman Roll? We were just going through that. Thoughts? Have you played it? Have you tried it? Hate it? Love it? And I see what you're saying. I mean, I think general like roll and writes work being kind of small and interesting and kind of like puzzly things. But I don't know. I'm kind of into the big roll and write. I don't have a ton, but I like that people are trying to see how far you can push it. Again, I think it's interesting. So, we'll see. Nexus Kaliko. I watched Bebo's video on this, and it seems like a nice little cute, simple game. So I'm curious about it. Curious to see what people's thoughts are. JB Lewis says, I'm more curious to see how designers might make roll and write mechanisms fit into a larger collection of mechanisms, like what's been done with deck building in certain games. That'd be cool. Like it's a game, whatever, but maybe has a roll and write type element. I wouldn't be surprised to see if something like that happens. That's an interesting prospect. If you have kind of a normal board and stuff, but maybe your player board is something that you are writing out and stuff, you know, like we've seen a lot of deck builders, which it's not just Dominion, it's Clank, where you have a board and you're doing this, and the deck building is facilitating the action of the game and stuff, which I really love. Like that for me, like took deck building to the next level and stuff, like why I love games like Clank. I'm like, yeah, there's deck building in it, but it's not just cards for cards sake and stuff. It's cool. Sierra West has a little bit of deck building, and then the cards come out, and you can use those cards in multiple ways to come up with actions and stuff like that. So like that's pretty cool. Roam and Roll and Era, while seemingly good games, take the approachable nature of roll and write and turns it into a 90-minute madness that completely defeats the purpose of why I want to play those in the first place. That's fair. That's fair. Rainer says also 18 cards. It seems like enough cards for an 18-player game. Have you played Win, Lose, or Banana, 3-player deduction game which has 3 cards? I have not. But I think we were talking last time during the Kickstarter stream about 18 cards, and I think it's maybe you and Justin were talking about cost-wise, 18 is very good because you can put it all on one sheet or something, which was interesting. And if there's like a 3-card game and you can get deduction, I love it. I love people getting creative, you know, it's art. So anyway, Kaliko, about cats and quilts. Best Sobel did this. Look at that cat on the cover. That's pretty. A puzzly tile-laying game of quilts and cats. I think cats and quilts is a little bit nicer, but hey, what do I know? Okay, so it is done very well for itself. Just 10 times its goal of $8,000 with 24 days to go. I'll put a little reminder on this one because I'm interested in it. Rado loved it. Fun little puzzly tile-laying game. That's cool. Let's see. It's 1 to 4 players in 30 to 45 minutes. I feel like it'd be on the short side for sure. Maybe if you're playing 4, it'd be a little bit longer, but hey, what are you going to do? Raina says, I'll bring a WLB so we can play next time we meet. Let's do it. Let's do it. And WLB means win, lose, or banana. But only the cool kids know the abbreviation. And it took me, I just put it together just now. So, okay, and Kaliko players compete to sew the coziest quilt as they collect and place patches of different colors and patterns. There's colors, there's patterns. Sometimes the same pattern will be on multiple colors. Sometimes the same color will have different patterns. You're trying to make groupings of both depending on what you're trying to score and stuff. You get cats. Players will choose a personal design to follow while trying to create color and pattern combinations that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also able to attract the cuddliest cats. Kaliko comes with many different cat and pattern goals to mix and match new challenges each and every time you play. There's thousands of unique puzzles. Yeah, so there's all this stuff, and there's these tiles, and so you can see like the different patterns, the different colors. And you can put these are buttons you can put on there. If you get like 3 of a certain color, bam, 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 you get a banana button or a moon button. Or if you get 3 purples, bam, 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 you get a mushroom. Stuff like that. And then there's something about, let's see how the cats come out. I can't quite remember. Look at the cat on the game. Cat approved, fam. Oh! Double layer quilt boards. That's nice. Double layer is the new hit thing. Let's talk about 18-card games. Double layer boards are the thing, and I'm here for it because they make your game nice. Trismegistus did that. Rainer, I appreciate it. It's very nice. Stuff stays where it oughta. I like it. It looks pretty. Anyway. Patch tiles. See? Different colors, different patterns. Bam, 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 bam. Button tokens. Bam. Rainbows. Tight. Cats. Different cats. Lots of cats. So there's different cat tiles, and then if they flip over these gold tiles, that means you're going to need like surrounding the scoring tile here. Let me see if I find an example of it. One thing I appreciate, it seems simple because I watched like a quick video and remember a decent amount. So like I believe that these scoring things, you want to surround them. There's 6 spaces, and in this one you want to have like 3 of one color or pattern, and then 3 of another color or pattern. 2 groups of 3 of a kind, type of stuff. And you can, then I guess you get points and things or something. If so, patch into a group of 3 more of the same color, bam, put a button on it. So a patch that completes a pattern area one of the cats prefers, you'll attract that cat to your quilt. So let's see if they show that. So basically cats will be here. They're like, I want patterns of a certain type. And then if you do that right here, yeah, see, they want like this thing and that thing. And then bam, cat, bring a cat there. Once you've sewn a patch, you choose a new patch from the 3 available. And that's all there is to it. Simple. I like games like this. Simple, pretty, make a thing, nice. And I like Era Rainer. With that said, I haven't played in a while, but I like it. I like it. Yeah. Tim says I have to look into this game more, but my first impression made it look like the cats are just thrown in for consumer appeal. Well, there's no doubt that that's a pretty cover with a cat. It's very cute, and there might be someone who'll buy it because there's a cat. So I don't think you're wrong, but I think it's a nice wholesome theme. Making quilts, there's cats on it and stuff. It's kind of pretty and cute. Like, I don't mind. I don't mind it. It's something that people are going to play and say, "Oh," and I'm like, guess people play games. Hey, let's do it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you're wrong. Because there's nothing here mechanically that makes you think of quilts and cats. It's just patterns and stuff, and hey, if it looks pretty and stuff, there are uglier things out there we could be playing with. So, Tholius Mage says the only thing I find odd about Kaliko is the way they went with an orange tiger cat on the cover, but I guess orange tiger isn't as catchy a title. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. Maybe Beth just has never seen a cat before, and she just drew that from her idea of what a cat might be. Someone explained what a cat was, and she nailed it, but has never seen a cat. I don't know. Or there's the whole thing of like orange and blue and whatever Nick was talking about last time he was painting about colors and why those colors are used for ads because it attracts your mind somehow. I don't know. And Peter Newt to Boom says, as someone who loves puzzly, lightweight games like Reef, Tiny Towns, and Barren Park, this was an insta-back for me. I like those games too. So like, that's why I can't lie and say like, I'm not at least intrigued by this. Like same as like Azul and Patchwork. Love and have both those games. I'm like, it's just like, it just seems kind of cute and easy and light, and you can sort of like be talking while you play and not really pay attention and care, but in a good way. So yeah, I don't know. So Bob says the cuteness is there, but I will pass. If the cats were Meowples, then yes. Yeah, if you get the deluxe edition, you get a bunch of wooden ones that you just don't even need. So yeah, that'd be cool. Calico is a type of fabric often used when quilting. Next level is calico cats, calico jellicle cats and things. Are we going to see cats in December? Yes. Yes, we are. We're all going to see it together. Yeah. Calico looks so yummy, like too much frosting on a cake. It does. It looks kind of delicious in its way. It's very vibrant and colorful. I mean, that's why I'm going to think about it. We're going to think about it. It just looks pretty. I don't know. Sometimes that's pretty is fine. Okay, so we're going to check this out. Next, we're looking for Search for Planet X and Oathsworn. I guess I can put this on this side, can't I? Can't see my awesome Excel sheet that Slivers made. Baby Dinosaur Rescue, adorable. Search for Planet X. And then Oathsworn. Where's my mouse? Give me my mouse. Monster Food Trucks, adorable. Into the Deep Wood. Oh yeah, Big Rat game. Why don't they name it Big Rat? I can never remember what it is until I see the damn Big Rat. Of course it's on fire. It's the most Kickstarter thing ever. Okay. Search for Planet X though. Let's see this first. Funded, fam. Woot woot. In the boot. All right. Our Travels looks more interesting to me at the moment. Tim, I'm going to try that out. So, quick update. Nick and I signed up for Tabletopia and got the premium, the gold version, which means you can play all the games instead of just most of the games. And And we're super excited because Arch Ravels is on there. So I'm like, oh, I can try it. Try before you buy. Yes. Tight. I'm excited to try it because Nick talked about it and made it seem cool. And I saw that and I was just like, now I'm going to find out what this is. Okay, so the search for Planet X has been funded. It's a Foxtrot game. Interesting board. What in the heck are you doing? Searching for Planet X, probably. Become an astronomer in this competitive, app-driven logic and deduction game. Nice. So it is successfully funded. Doing just fine for itself. Thank you very much. Whoa. Swirly planet, dude. Oh, tight, dude. Wow. Oh, sick, dude. Sorry. Got distracted. Slivers has not played Vindication yet. Slivers! What are you doing? Yeah. JB says, I'm excited for this one, my October Kickstarter. Do you try to limit yourself to like a Kickstarter a month? That's a pretty cool way to go about it. You can get 12 games a year that way. Keep it affordable, and then you kind of always have something coming in the mail. Oh, it'll be fun. Do you have what it takes to find Planet X? You got to be able to deduce. I'm curious how the app and stuff works with this. Rado liked it. Achieves everything it sets out to be, so beautifully creates a really fun experience. Okay, let's find out some more about how it plays. Oh, whoa. Whoa. That's cool. That's very fun. Whoa. Oh, man, this is awesome. Oh, that's tight. Whoa. I'm under the board, yo. That's cool. I've never seen something I can play with like that. That's really neat. Okay, sorry. I'm focusing up, folks. You can't put 3D interactive things and not have me play with it. That's just how that works. I didn't skip it. It's just next. It's next. Let's see. It's right there. I'm not going to skip the big rat. I would never do that to you. Even though I want to. I love the device not included part. You probably have to say that. Like, you're not getting a phone, but if you have a phone, you can download this. That part's free. Okay, so double-sided solar system board, standard and expert mode, an earth board, a wooden sun disc, 4 expert cards, pawns. The player screens are kind of cool. I'm curious, like how those get used. If it's just referential stuff, or what you're trying to hide. A pad. Oh, maybe you're probably trying to hide where you think stuff is. That'd be cool. Poker style clay theory tokens. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, game trace. $44, and the base one's $34. Pretty affordable. Okay, let's try to find out what the heck's going on. Use a companion app to randomly determine the hidden information for each new game. Whoa. Game selects the location of Planet X and other objects, conferences, and research topics available for your game. Okay. Locations of objects in the solar system follow predefined logic rules in every game. Each asteroid field next to another, comets and prime sectors, dwarf planets not next to Planet X, gas clouds next to an empty sector. On your turn, conduct research or make an observation of the visible night sky. Announce your action, but keep your results private. So you can scan for an object type in a range of sectors, target a sector to discover what object is located there, research relationship between objects. Whoa. So this is kind of like little roll and writes incorporated into something else. That's kind of cool. How fast will it spin at Battlecry? I'll go up to the top and see how fast I can. Yeah. I was hoping to have those things that if you do it and let it go, it'll kind of, the physics or whatever. It didn't seem to do that though. JB says, yeah, I have the one kind of thing per month, but I've cheated a few times and backed multiple during the busy seasons. I mean, 2 during the big, yeah, that's okay. It's all right. That's all right. Because there might be a month in the off season, like Slavers hasn't backed something in days, so it all balances out. If you try to aim for something like once a month, you'll probably be all right. All right. Rainer says, it's awesome that they now support these 3D interactive images they didn't used to. Yeah, that was super cool. I hope to see that more. That was neat. Seems like an outer space version of Awkward Guests or Cryptid in Space. And hello. Yeah, I mean, wow. Move your player piece, rotate the Earth board. Special phases allow you to score points and learn new info. Interesting. That's all I'll say is interesting. I don't know. If you have correct theories first, you do things, tantrums on. Maybe we can watch that and check it out. Interesting. Very cool. Huh. Well, hey, if you're interested in something like that, bam, glow in the dark. That's tight. That's super cool. Glow in the dark. To the game board to finish your game with an impressive light show. Tight. Cool. Anyway, that is that. Bob says, I like the find it before the others race game. Yeah, those things are cool. Especially like it says, like it's logic. Like you can logically deduce stuff based on this. I'm like, that's cool. Planet X has a surprisingly clear and pleasant look to it. Yeah, I agree. Like the whole, like, yeah, it seems neat. Definitely intrigued. Okay, Oathsworn, here we go. Oh, it's made 1.5 million. I'm shocked. Wow. Looking for 50 grand. Definitely have hit that. A grand 1 to 4 player dark fantasy board game, epic story, brand new mechanics and giant monsters. And when I say giant, boys and girls, I do not mean big-ish. I mean humongous. This big rat. A rat that's literally bigger than actual rats. It's very big. Okay. And there's a whole other mystery chest. I want to find out how the hell that works. So these, like, is it kind of legacy-ish, these mystery boxes? Because you don't know, like, what you're fighting, which is cool. Is it Oaths Sworn or Oaths Worn? You've worn out all your oaths, man. Can't keep coming around here dropping oaths. You've worn them out. The mystery chest with giant monster miniatures will not be available through retail distribution. Check out why and why Kickstarter exclusive section below. Why? Money. Whoa. Look at this big hell worm. There's so much stuff. Here's the thing, folks. Shocking no one, I will say pass. Boo. It's just not my kind of game. I hope a friend... Slivers, get this, will you? So I can play it? I don't have to buy it? It's just so much stuff. I get anxiety thinking about, like, where is it going to go? Where? I got a bunch of Cloudspire crap right there. I got no place for it. It's just sitting there. Taking up this space, man. Not getting... Slivers! Man! Then who is? I ain't getting it. Y'all know damn well I'm not getting it. Why? That right there. That right there. $180. Afraid not. What are people saying? It's very expensive. That's what I'm saying. It's amazing with huge attention to detail. I believe you. There it is. Look at that freaky rat, man. It's got a bunch of rats on it. The small rats on it, on the rat, freak me out. It's very upsetting to see. I just don't want to see it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to force myself. Like immersion therapy. It's very upsetting. Rainer says, where to put it? Just leave it set up all the time and get rid of all your other games. Ideally, yes. That would be cool. I would love nothing but to have the rat out and about at all times. I'd be afraid that this rat is going to attract real rats that are going to come and try to mate with it because clearly this rat is an alpha. And then you got a real rat problem. That ain't good. Tempting, that's a big buy-in. It's Billy Spencer. See, that is the least tempting thing to me. I was like, good. Now I know I for sure don't have to do it. But here's the thing. It seems like a big, epic experience. So you have story stuff that's 30 to 60 minutes. Encounter stuff that's 90 to 120 minutes. It's a campaign with 45 plus hours and 15 chapters. Replayable with additional game modes. Quick save and quick swap systems. I've always wanted a quick swap system. All right, so there's a basic pledge for $100. I retract what I say. But if you're going for this, you don't want to get like the basic thing. Get the thing that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? So there's mystery envelopes. Does this not have the mystery boxes? Okay. So you want the mystery boxes, which seems cool. I will give them that. The mystery box thing where you're like doing the story side of stuff and doing things and moving around and you don't even know what you're going to face is cool. I think that's neat. Mystery envelopes. I'm curious. They get some information. Fully narrated companion app. Damn. So that's a $180 guy. 53 extra large models. And they are big. They're legitimately big. 4 large secret maps. Pretty cool. It's cool. I'm not going to say it's not cool. It is cool. It just would never get played. Bob says, if I wanted to start a new 200-hour campaign, I would do it, but too much. Yeah, that's a problem. It's like, you know, it all comes down to time and what you have time for. And it's the reality. It's like these types of games are going to be hard, you know? Like Nick and I already in the house, like what do we have that's campaign? We have Lord of the Rings living card game, Gloomhaven, Journeys in Middle-earth, Seventh Continent. Those 4 things alone, we're never going to get through them. It's just not going to happen. You know, certainly not every full curse of Seventh Continent. Not, and I mean this, and I think it's cool. It's just like, oh, we can play the game for a decade. Like, we really can. It's going to take a while to get through. And ideally, you know, with Gloomhaven, Shay was over here, and I was saying, like, how did you get through it? How did you do it? And he's just like, we just left it set up, and we would play it all the time. And just would leave it ready to go. So you could play like 2 or 3 times in a night. And I said, yeah, that's a problem is we don't have time for that. We can't do it. We don't have time to play games outside of when we're doing streams and stuff very often at all, let alone doing, you know, big campaign stuff. It's something we're trying to work into our schedule to do that is on Monday nights after we stream, since we stream a little bit earlier, is kind of have like a little pseudo game night afterward. And even that's, you know, it's tough to do sometimes. You're trying to make dinner and stuff like that. It's just time slips away. So something like this, I'm just like, I know that's about myself. I'm just like, ain't gonna happen. Even though I want to play as this bear dude because he seems cool. His name is Ursus. That is cool. I like that. That's very nice. The witch lady. Why she seems so scared here? Like she just saw something and said, I wasn't expecting something quite so big. Then on here, that's the flip side. Like this was the surprise. What is that? Well, whatever it is, it's gonna get killed. Her staff's super cool. It's like a little lantern. That's tight. The priestess says, calm down. You need to go to church. Slow up. You got the devil inside you. Plus, I have a big ass rock. Very cool. Okay. As people getting Oathsworn, are we in? Are we sold? Do we like it? Because it does look cool. Tom and company just played this live recently. If you need to be nudged over the edge to back it, go watch that. All right, yeah. I would be intrigued to see it because I'm curious about the story and encounter side stuff. So Bob says story equals search locations and such. Then the encounter equals fight the boss. So search stuff, get beefed up maybe. Then what do you fight and go fight it? I mean, it's wild that like both halves are long. Like the shortest, it's going to be a 2-hour experience because it said 30 to 60 for the story, 90 to 120 for the encounter. Yo. Beefy. Interesting. All the individual battles seem very long. I like the city exploration phase a bit. Reminds me of a light Sherlock Holmes consulting detective phase, but it's too light. It feels inspired, just a bit underdeveloped. Right. I'm sure it is to a degree because like the focus is like fighting the big monsters and stuff. And it's so funny that like, I think I would be more intrigued by that part than the fight stuff. Fighting stuff's cool. Like, you know, I like that kind of stuff, but it's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna punch that rat again. Raiders says, that's why you need win, lose, or banana. Teach and play takes 52 seconds total. Best 99 cents I've ever spent. Totally. I'm all in on that. I will spend $1 and it's hard to fail at $1 game. There are 2 encounters per chapter and 15 total chapters. Damn. A lot of content. I mean, I'll give you that if it's, you know, kind of going off like what was Nick was talking about, how games are cheap, and what he meant is like a very good value for a luxury items. The other part he wished he could have added is saying for a luxury item, it's pretty good value. And like something like this, like, okay, so you go the expensive one, you pay $200 and you get 30 15 chapters. They each have 2 encounters that are each going to be at 2 hours. You're looking at, they said like 45 to like 60 hours of campaign. It's just like, Jesus, like it's a decent amount of stuff. You can stop in between story and mission arcs. That's cool. Interesting. That's Oathsworn. Blood of the Northmen. Look at this look happy guy here. Funded in 6 hours. Nice. Congrats to them. Blood of the Northmen by Carl Chittick. Assemble your warbands at fledgling towns to form a nation under your rule. Smash enemies and become the greatest. Jarl! 35 grand off 15 gold, so it's doubled plus. Nice. Good for them. Okay. Get a postcard signed by Jarl Carl. That's pretty cool. Okay. About the project. Let's see what the heck is going on here. Looks cool, all blue and kind of Viking magic-y stuff. 30 to 60 minutes, 2 to 4 players. I like that short. That's cool. Love that. Take players north of Europe into the wild Nordic lands of the 9th century. Holler at my homeland, bet. Each player controls his own Viking clan with a unique ability. Players playing tiles from hand together build a board on which they place their warriors. That's kind of interesting. You all kind of work and build it together. Hopefully to your advantage. Each tile in the game is both a board element, an action card, and strength in a fight. Interesting. During the game, players gain victory points by fighting other clans as well as taking strategic settlements. The game is filled with negative interaction and a huge amount of strategy and tactics. Negative interaction. What does that mean? The game has an unusual and unique mechanics of using tiles not yet seen in other games. 120 unique tiles, 48 high detailed figures, and 12 strongholds. Just some of the items in the box. Carl's back with a really innovative game, big game, that we'd like to fund and publish with your help. It won't work without you. As always, we count on your help and support. Now I feel pressured. Okay. So you get some cities, Mead City tiles. I like that. It's like, welcome to Mead City, dude. We get jacked up here. Silver City tiles. Tusk City tiles. That's tight. Tusks. Pelts. Terrain. Unique terrain. Player boards. Tight. You get your own little thing that has some tiles on it. That's pretty tight. Yeah. Tight. Well, renders, the minis and stuff are cool. They do look very detailed. I'll give them that. Steve says, New York 2, Houston 2, bottom of the 5th. Houston 2 on 1 out. Come on, Astros. Don't let the Yankees go to the World Series. That sucks. I'm all in on the Nationals, man. I hope they do it. 2 up on the Cardinals. Almost no-hit them twice. Jeez. Let's go. Let's go, Washington. Ditch Bryce Harper, cut the fat, and make yourself solid all of a sudden. So this is the next Glory to Rome or the next Bear Valley? I'm curious. I don't know. I am curious. Honestly, after playing Hexplorer it a few times now, my once insatiable desire of dungeon crawlers in D&D in a board game has mostly disappeared. Is it just that you have some stuff that scratches that itch, or are you just not into the idea anymore? Do you not even play those ones that you got? Is it just you don't need more? Just curious. Okay, sorry. Scrolling down. I get distracted. I like that your player aids are tiles. They're all in on the tiles. Special ability tiles, player aid tiles. It's cool. Fine. Active player marker. It's a tile. It's a little hex. Hopefully JG doesn't hear that, Mike. I'll tell JG to his face that Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, all those people ain't nothing. I like the Astros are more charming. I'll tell him to his face. I don't want to hurt his feelings. I mean, he's a New York guy, so it makes sense. You gotta like the Yankees. Whoa. Okay. Move the thing, put the peeps. Move lake action. Oh, wow. Oh, that's kind of cool. Like, builds out like an actual lake. Do you like complete lakes? Move road action. Oh, man. You complete the road and you start to scoot down the road and fight. It's the mountain action. So they give you actions. All right, because the tiles are like action cards. That's bizarre. And there's more to basic gameplay. Villages you can see on tiles that grant you special powers that can modify actions. Tight. I like the idea that like they're like action card tile, you know, like you play from a hand and you're building out the thing. I mean, it's kind of like fighting Carcassonne. It's kind of cool. Let's see, what was the base game cost here? Let me scroll back up. $55. It's not too expensive and stuff. I mean, like, it seems kind of cool. MSRP is gonna be $80. Yeesh. Be more down to pay $55 than $80. Because it does seem like a lot of cardboard and stuff. Nabar says the price still feels expensive. $55 seems like a fair, like a decent price. $80 seems too much. I don't know. I'm not going to get this game regardless, I don't think, but I'd be more inclined to get it at the $55 price point. It just seems interesting. Anyway, that's Blood of the Northman. What else we got here? Let's see. Can I zoom in on this guy? No. Hang on, folks. Bring this over here so I can actually read it. Haha. Hierarchy. Haha. Movie cliches. Cool. Scrolling down. Whoa. Boom. Pandemane, this is another game that I'm interested in. Traditional Farmer's Bread. This is on Tabletopia as well, so I'm very excited to see what the heck it is. There's a trimmer on there. Okay, red trimmer. Maybe not. Hierarchy movie cliche. Subterra. JK. Subterra is what I was thinking. All right, scrolling down a little bit. Let me get some couple things loaded up here. Movie cliches. The card game. Poo-poo fighting. Nice. Subterra 2. Inferno's Edge. Da-da-da. Okay. The minis make it expensive. Like this is a $40 with wooden meeples. I totally get it. This is now Bari. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean the minis definitely seem to add to the cost. And 40 versus 55. 40 is very affordable. 55 is like pretty affordable, but it's a big difference at $15. That $15 feels significant. Okay, an abstract game of order and power. This is Hierarchy. 2-player open information Battle for the Throne comes with a free solo expansion. Only 17 cards. $10. Crushed its goal. 17 cards. Insane. How much can we do with how little? I like it. In the Kingdom of Darkhill, order and power mean everything. The royalty reigns supreme, but alongside of their control are the plotting citizens planning to get ahead using any means possible. It's an abstract game of order and power where the players each take a random set of 7 cards, play them openly until they cannot play anymore. Cards must be played atop a card of a lesser value unless either the last card or the new card changes those rules. When the active player can no longer play a card, the opponent has won the game and has taken the seat of power away from their opponent. So it's open information, so I'm curious. Okay, button shy, we all know button shy. Okay. They make card games you can put in a wallet like that, if you don't know button shy. So you're trying to put them into a position they can't play a card. So it might be as simple as them running out of cards, part of the disadvantage of going first in the game, or you invalidating all their potential plays. Each player will get 7 cards, and whoever is dealt the imposter will go first. Because the game is one of perfect information, you will always be able to see what tricks your opponent is capable of pulling off. The ability to evaluate both players' cards and to anticipate your opponent's reaction is key to being successful. So tower counts as 2 cards. And there's the king. Can only be played when the line has 7 or more cards in it. The tower, you may discard 2 cards to play this atop any card except the leper. All right. Play this as a copy of any card already in play by your opponent except the top card. Stuff like that. Each card in the game has a numerical value. The range across the 14 cards is 1 to 13 with 1 value. And certain cards may also contain text stating a specific card that can be played onto. Okay. Seeing what cards your opponent. So I guess you have them all laid out in front of you, the cards you have. You can make a plan based off of. So yeah, I mean, would this be something that you think like? If you're smart, and I mean smarter than me, follow, that scared me. I can hear it in my ear holes. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Ugh, scary. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. I can't see you, but I love you, and I appreciate you. Cheers. Happy you're here. Thomas Greaves says, I feel leprosy is way underutilized in card games. Seriously, it's like, yeah, get out of here. The leper, man. Do you think something like this, where there's perfect information, would make it interesting, boring, like being able to, like, would it just be sitting there like everyone would kind of like calculate in their brain and be like, well, you'd win based on that card set? Because my guess is that like that is sort of how it'd be, but it's up to like if you play it correctly, like chess, you're playing 10 moves ahead or something. I don't know. All right, so the assassin's low on power, yet lethal to the unexpected. Leper is a plague to half the population and avoided by royalty. That's cool. Surgeon's Knight. This has kind of got a like a love letter vibe. You know, it's just like, all right, this thing does that, and this thing trumps this, and all that and stuff. So it's like, all right. Interesting. PMP Arcade, all right. So you can print it and play it. I'd be curious. I don't know. This is one that, like, I would love to try because it could be kind of cool. I don't know. It's $10 too, so that's cool. I like that. I like these types of games, you know, just these tiny little games, seeing what you can do. Very cool. Hierarchy. Bam. All right, movie cliches. Guy walking away from the explosion. That's a movie cliche. I'm already with you there. Into that. Card game made by Bad Movies. It's crushed its goal. Very much in the oatmeal, fun, cartoony stuff that, you know, gets people talking and whatnot. Action, horror, boom, comedy. Sci-fi? Yeah. Sci-fi fantasy. Tight. All right, some movie cliches are necessary. Others are just the result of lazy screenwriting. They're always fun to predict and spot. That's why we turned over 200 of them into playing cards. So movie cliche example might be someone doesn't hear what crazy action is going on behind them. There are definitely several things where a person's like mopping something and listening, and there's just people getting smashed around. You know, the Avengers are beating up on dudes. That's true. That's clever. Killer doesn't run, just walks very fast. The dog survives. These are all very accurate. Coming out of retirement for one last job. I like it. So how does it work? That's the question. Not the bees. Ah! True. This is no complex game. No big strategy or complicated rules. Okay? But when you have friends over to watch a movie and you add movie cliches to the mix, you will have lots of fun. Because remember that thing where friends all come over to watch a movie? Remember how we all do that all the time still? I don't know the last time that's happened. Could not tell you. It's a shame because I love doing that. I really want to get Karen to watch it. And the only way it's going to happen is with a group. I really want that to happen. Seems like it'll be fun. Okay. So there's different ways you can play, which is cool. I like it. It seems very, casual. So you can do some bingo. You choose some cliches. You watch a movie. When a cliche appears, the person with that card gets to play it. Oh, you tripped while being chased by the killer. Boom, you get to play that. That's fun. Oh. You can play Name the Movies. Who can name the most movies containing certain cliches? Independence Day, the dog survives in that. Stuff happened before. The Conjuring, Shining, Halloween, It. Those things all happened before and stuff. I like that. That's fun. You can play... you can't drive and play cliche shots. Drink when you spot a cliche. Splurp. And then die. Because of alcohol poisoning. What's in the box? It's rewards. 27 bucks. Here's the thing. Fun, silly. You play it at a party. You're doing your thing. Rad. Bad guys got attack one at a time. Got a little Jack Burton in there. Put Jack Burton in the game. That's all good with me. I'm into it. I'm not going to get it, but I'm happy it exists. I hope it pops up in Targets and places and things. Fair enough. Right on. Movie cliches. Bam. Done. Subterra 2. Deeper in the sub of Terra. On the Inferno's Edge, it's done very well for itself. Was looking for almost 90 grand. That's a pretty high goal, but it's done almost double that for itself. Sweet. A cooperative adventure board game for 1 to 6 players. Explore the temple, grab the artifact, and escape before the volcano wakes the hell up. Boom. Blam. Subterra 2. Co-op, 60 minutes. Not too long. I like that. Standalone sequel to the award-winning Subterra from 2017. Inferno's Edge has players join a dangerous expedition into a volcanic temple. I like that. It's fun. In search of a legendary artifact, work together to find and unlock the inner sanctum, avoiding deadly traps, scorching lava, and the temple's relentless guardians. Does anyone have Subterra? I think this is another one that was on Tabletopia. I've read Subterra about 10 times the last day, so I'm pretty sure it's there. Seems fun, like Indiana Jonesy, sort of. Running out of time, find the keys, grab the artifact, escape the volcano. With your little Indiana Jones dude. That's awesome. What's new? All new objective-driven puzzle to solve. 10 new specialized explorers, each with a unique style of play. I like that. More monsters, more ways to fight back. Streamlined core gameplay loop. Thrilling, explosive finale. Nice. It's in the top 1% on BGG ranked. It's in the top now. Not bad. Enjoying this game very much, says Z of the Dice Tower. It's all about for Subterra, so you got to imagine it's about the same. Cheryl, I believe, has played it. Yeah, Cheryl, I don't know if you're here. You might be pooped after the Ren Fair, but I would love to know more about this. This is on Tabletopia, so like, hello. I'm curious to try it and stuff. Artifact token, key token, sanctum tile, so searching around, running. I like that's co-op. Oh, this is cool. Going up the volcano and stuff. That's tight. Volcano board and tracking token. Sweet. Guardian meeples, tile bag. So you don't know what's coming out. Yeah, it seems fun. I don't know. So, okay. Enter, explore, evade the baddies, extract, escape. Whoa. Do they like flip over and become lava? At the end of each full round, the eruption marker moves down the volcano tract. When it reaches 0, the volcano will erupt. Get the artifact and your explorers back to the temple entrance. Run! That is cool. Seems fun. That's awesome. All in. I want to try it. If anyone knows it, let me know how you like Subterra 1, and then I'll try it. Okay, all right, let's see. St. Elmo's Play, Labyrinthos, Time of Legends. Scrolling down, 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 down. Rugby Champion Halloween Party. Dungeon 6. The Great Siege of Malta. Finally. Just getting a couple more loaded up, folks. We're going to be getting out of here shortly. This has been super fun. Well, the fishing village looks tight. Labyrinthos. Wobbly. Fun guaranteed. Makes me worry about it when you say it like that. Whoop. There we go. Whoa. I don't remember Joan of Arc having to deal with that. I must have need to brush up on my history. Tim says, really interested in this one. Had to drop my pledge for Subterra Original. Yeah, I mean, it seems fun. Seems cool. Like co-op and stuff. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Why not? All right, 15.65 San Elmo's Pay. Dope cover. I think it's cool. Okay. Relive the 1565 Siege of Malta, the greatest siege in history, with this gorgeous 1 to 2 player, 30 to 40 minute, non-collectible card game. I am intrigued. And Vendetta, spanning decades, reaches its terrible and bloody crescendo. Suleiman the Magnificent's 30,000 strong armada descends on the 500 beleaguered Knights of St. John and the defending people of Malta, with the express purpose of wiping them from existence, changing the course of history forever. It's interesting. It's card game of war. So you can play either as Mustafa Pasha, campaign commander for the Ottoman Empire, or Jean Persaud de Valle, Grandmaster of the Knights of St. John. Pretty tight looking, both of them. Real history is brought to life with beautiful art. I gotta say, when I just read the thing, it said like, oh, this is like real, like, you know, history game. I was like, man, these things usually are snooze fest. They just look super boring and stuff. Like the art in here is like badass. So I'm like, I appreciate, if nothing else, that they've like made this really cool looking and historical-ish anyway. It's cool. Every card in the game is based on true events. So it seems kind of like pretty Twilight Struggle a little bit. Not as big and stuff, but, you know, that kind of idea. Overcome legendary historical objectives. Landing at Malta. There's 2 cannons and 6 water drops. And the letter F. Brought to you by the letter F. Might. When destroyed, you may play 1 card at -1 cost. Then move on to the Siege of Malta. Tight. To play ferocious armies. So you have your cards, all army, you know, card stuff that do things. Tactics cards, you know, outwit your foe. Attachment cards, get you some cool stuff for your peeps. Relive the Siege of Malta, finally. Very cool. Little wooden health stuff. Boost tokens. Does this appeal to anyone? You know, like, is anyone into... I mean, it's so quick. I mean, that's the one thing that seems kind of cool, is it seems kind of pretty and stuff, but I like that this doesn't seem to be very long. That makes it seem more like, all right, cool. To me. Asymmetric, you'd hope. Competitive, tactical card game, successor to the award-winning 1066. Tears to Many Mothers, which you can also grab right now. Fully compatible. You need to be the Ottoman Turks and Knights of St. John. Muster troops and resources to overcome the various obstacles in their path before the 2 armies clash in an epic siege over 3 frontiers on the tiny island of Malta. Right on. You had me in Malta. That's all I need. Hell yeah. Malta and this dude, tight. I don't know if he's on the Malta side or not, but he's cool. Interesting. The fact that it's not super long and the art and stuff is cool, I'm like, that would get me... I'd play this before I played Twilight Struggle again. They're not the same, obviously, but this is prettier, quicker, probably easier, stuff like that. So, yeah, like that. Just, yeah, that's all I got to say on that. I like Shakes more, so I'll pass. Yeah, it's just interesting, though. Put the cards out and things and Malta stuff, and there's Malta cards. It's underway. Got some borrowed components. Sweet. Interesting. It's kind of cool, like the heads up, laying your cards out in front of each other. A lot of text and stuff is kind of a bummer, but also probably tells you exactly what you got to do. Cunning. Tire one non-leader enemy in this card's wedge. Card wedges, finally. Rip. Into that. Rainer says, will you and Nick be at Essen, by the way? We will not. We will not be at Essen this year. Maybe someday. That'd be cool. I would love to check it out sometime. Are you going? What do y'all have going on? Or, yeah, is Trismegistus, is it dropping at Essen, right? I think, if I remember correct. And if so, are you pumped, nervous, tired already? Where are you at? Where are you at on it? Labyrinthos. Exciting new game of twisting tiles where the legend of the Minotaur comes alive for 2 to 4 players. Almost at its goal. 16 days ago. I think it'll get there. From Ann Arbor, Michigan. Holler. It's an innovative strategic exploration game inspired by the ancient Greek legend of the Minotaur. I don't know the legend of the Minotaur, so I'm intrigued. Players take the roles of Athenian sacrifices that have been forced into the labyrinth. Oh, yeah. It's the labyrinth. I remember that. Okay. To feed the monstrous son of Minos. Each player must explore the maze to uncover its secrets and outsmart the other sacrifices trying to escape. That's cool. I've never played a game where you are a sacrifice or an intended sacrifice. Labyrinthos has been in development for 2+ years and has been play tested by our largest forum team ever for over a year. That's a lot of time. With the help of so many enthusiastic players and hundreds of gameplays, Labyrinthos is a game that is easy to learn, quick to play, and offers tons of interesting player choices. And this badass Minotaur dude. Constantly changing game board. The Labyrinth is a place of twisting pathways where one can get lost for a lifetime. Maze tiles turn unexpectedly. Secret passages lead to new places and walls appear out of nowhere. Players will need to stay alert, keep adapting their strategy as their opponents transform and manipulate the maze. Whoa, tight. I wonder how fiddly this will be in real life, because this is very cool, like in a digital setting. And I'm kind of thinking like, oh, this would be a cool like digital game because you can do stuff like that. Click, 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 click. Rainer says, sadness. And yes, Essen is the biggest convention for us of the year. Right on. We have Trismegistus, Escape Tales, Low Memory, Dice Settlers, Western Sea, and Rescue Animals releasing then. Jeez. You have nothing going on, man. Jeez. It's going to be a big few days for y'all. Not bad, man. Very cool. Very exciting. Congrats ahead of time on all that. I wish you great success. I hope people are super into them. We need to get another play of Trismegistus or 2 under our belts, and then I would love to stream it maybe shortly after Essen. Would be cool. Hopefully drive some interest because it's very cool. But it broke our brains when we played it because it's for smart people. So you choose the types of actions you want to do. You can move. You're here to adjacent discover tile, explore, flip over tiles. You can heal, or you can play desperate actions. Very cool. Tom is very excited for the Dice Settlers expansion. I've always wanted to try Dice Settlers. Curious. Cares for the unique abilities for amazing replayability. Cool. Let's get some powers and things. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it could kind of be cool if you could like manipulate. I like labyrinth type, those ideas. Like, that's cool. What do we think of this one, you butts? I can get into it. I feel like I'd worry that it'd be fiddly with like having to pick stuff up and stuff. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I'm just thinking like, I don't know if things from the middle of the maze can be flipped around, because that would be like, I gotta pop this up and twist it around and stuff. Like, but yeah. Cool. Gotta find keys and stuff. Let me know when you'll be streaming it, as I would love to be here and support you guys during the stream. Yeah, we totally will. We'll hit you up ahead of time and figure out a time that'd be good for you and all that stuff. Definitely. The spinning of tiles and such looks quite intriguing. How many players does it support? I think it's 1 to 4 or 2 to 4. Or did I make that part up? Where's the... did I miss it? Hold on. Sorry, folks. Hello. 2 to 4 players. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing of like you can twist stuff like if you can kind of manipulate. Yeah, I guess you can do stuff in the middle. I mean, that's cool to hopefully kind of twist things and mess up your opponents. Like, that's awesome. I just would be worried that'd be kind of tricky to grab those things, but could be cool. Definitely intrigued by the idea of it. Someone get it so I can try it. Thanks. And this is cool too, like these little key tokens, and it looks like you get better versions of stuff. That's cool too. All right. Time of Legends. Joan of Arc 1.5. Legendary game is back. I remember this, I think. Relive the golden age of chivalry in this 2 to 4 player scenario based board game of medieval battle and myth. Done very well for itself. Holy crap. It's a lot of money. Good for you. Okay. So 60 to 90 minutes, 2 to 4 players. So 1.5. So is this just like a reprint? Like, what's going on here? Joan of Arc plunges you into the heart of the 100 Years' War in this dark medieval universe. You can help kings plot for the throne of... How has there not been like a Joan of Arc like movie? Like, do something like this where you incorporate kind of mythology and stuff. Like, how's that not come out? I just want to see that. Very surprised by that. There's been Joan of Arc movies before, but it's like, where are they at? Where are they at, though? I love a good goofy maze. Wiz War is still one of my faves. And 2 to 4 means I'll definitely take a closer look at it, says Rainer. Yeah, check it out. I mean, labyrinth stuff could be fun. Okay. So you go in the middle of a hard war, and there's stuff going on, you're battling. Sam says it's amazingly well, I think it's probably about the original, well-produced game. The artwork, graphic design, everything bleeds together and provides this thematic enthrallment that just won't go away. Got a seal of excellence. I've heard good things, maybe from Slivers. I've heard good things about this before. One of all new 1.5 items. Okay, so if you just want the new stuff, you can pay $80. A la carte pledge. So it looks like $109 to get the core pledge. If you are new to our range, okay, if you want to start the whole thing, it's $130. If you got to go all in. I haven't played. Oh, Slivers. I remember you talking about those. So I was like, oh, this is in my head for some reason. So it's like adds on to the cool stuff of this. I mean, you know, big, heavily produced and stuff. I just like the idea of like Joan of Arc battle crazy monsters and stuff. And it's like, that's awesome. So this is cool for sure. I suck at actually playing board games. Same, bro. It's tough, man. You get busy and just want to play. And that's the thing about these games. The bummer is like, it's like you can't do it in 30 minutes. It's just not going to happen, you know? And so, hey. Cool. The Gotchas are sweet. They're so big and so I don't know why they're there, but I don't know. Your live audience just increased by 5. Yes. Atlas Films in the house. Everyone's hanging out playing game or hanging out watching me, I guess. I need you all to go up on your device, or it's just one. I need 5 different IP addresses, please, Jimmy. Thank you. How are you butts doing? What are y'all playing tonight? What are you doing? Give me a play-by-play. This one isn't quite fantastical enough for me to back. I have too much already. That dude's fantastical as hell. Look at his eyes. Look at his teeth. Those aren't normal. Slivers, I would love to come play this at your place, buddy. If I come up, will we play it? I'm dead serious. Like, I want to come up anyway at some point, but like, let's do it. Let's set a date. Let's make it happen. I'd say when you come out here, bring it, but that's a lot to pack into a bag. You know what I mean? So we'll play a bunch of fun dry Euros when you visit. Yummy, delicious. Oh, look at the Hydra thing. That's scary. What the hell is that? It's not even. It's like it's got bits of everything. Ugh. Ugh. Just chomping some in and out, you butt. Dang, sign. Delishness. I'm not even looking. When I get to these things, I get overwhelmed and I just start slowly scrolling, looking at all the minis, and I don't like it. This freaking dragon, dude. Leo's not included in the box. Or Leo, probably. Sorry about that. That's a big mini. That's a biggie. Anyway, if you could create a board game themed around any other historical figure, who would it be? Good question. I don't know the answer to that. I'll play the dragon. You can play the troops. I'm down, dude. Jesus, so many things. It's so huge. There's too many big. I can't. It freaks me out. It freaks me out. I can't. I just can't, folks. I'm sorry. I wish I could. All right, Shady Pets, Village Pillage, and Catacombs Cubes relaunch. We're gonna finish quick here. My lady got home from painting Sushi War. That's cool. Laser battle, right on. But let's check out Too Many Ghosts. Is there a thing as there's ghosts, but there's not too many? That'd be kind of cool. Just like, some ghosts. It's enough. I'm all right. Village Pillage, Surf and Turf. And the last one that I hope that when I see it, I'll remember what it was. Saltadog, Catacombs Cubes. Okay. Last three. Let's go. Shady Pets card game. Those pets look shady. Throw octopuses. Watch out for hangry hamsters. Card game lets you throw octopuses, deal with naked turtles, and avoid hangry hamsters. It's done well for itself. Made 24 grand off 15,000 looking for. Let's see here. Highly strategic. Okay. Card game that requires you to play in the most shady way as you strive to correctly guess the identity of mystery pets. It's a little like Clue, Uno, and Exploding Kittens, other highly strategic games. You have to steal, take, show, sneak, peek, expose, ambush, stop other players, grab, and even throw an occasional octopus at and about your way to victory. As players take turns, the games get more intense because, just like you, everyone is getting closer to solving the mystery pets. Yet, who is going to play the best game, collect the most points, and win the game? I don't know. It's only $20. Cute. There's a naked turtle. It's exposed. It took its shell off. It's very upsetting. When there's like actual pictures of animals. I'm confused by the mixed media. Score sheets. Stuff. You can get an octopus. You get $40. Go get an octo. That cat's cool. It's an ambush cat. It's a little flipping them off dog. Very much, again, in the whole Exploding Kittens vibe. Right on. Right on. That's cool. That's fun. Little stocking stuffer for $10. Why not, right? Excuse me. This would be something I would get for, or excuse me, $20 maybe. $20. You know, like, definitely get it instead of getting it for $40 in MSRP. This ain't a $40 game, folks. Yeah, I can throw octopuses and stuff. Put it in someone's stocking this year. Why not? So Village Pillage, Surf and Turf, 2 new expansions, baby. Wooden turnips, those are adorable. I'm not even going to lie to you. Not even going to lie to you. Jimmy, if you're still here, have you guys played anything or are you planning on playing anything? Is everybody there? I think they are. All right, to the hit game of Risk and Betrayal. All new cards, extended gameplay, and Kickstarter exclusive wooden turnips. Yeah. Going doubling down on the turnips. You know, it's stressful running a village. The raiders bully the farmers. The farmers dirty up the walls. And the walls always get in everyone's way. Time to take a holiday to the sea. The sea is powerful and beautiful, like a turnip. And wet and smelly, also like a turnip. And like a turnip, the sea is... I am available for anyone's voiceover work at any time, by the way. I'm very hireable. I have very fair rates. And like a turnip, the sea is crawling with pests today. Those horrible other villages have had the same idea as you. I can't really read much. That's the only problem. Well, that's just fine. There are plenty of salty sea dogs hanging around looking for adventure. They're not the most reliable, true, but they're just so salty. Time to rally up a crew. Get a baffed the binnacle and charge a course for victory. Golem promo, tight. So what are you doing in this game? So you're surfing and you're turfing. So Surf introduces a new type of card, freebooters, who sail into your hand faster than ever before. Whenever you play a freebooter, you can then spend an additional turnip to buy another card. Sweet. including another freebooter, by the way, folks. Turf brings a whole new set of villagers to the market. That's cool. New to the pillage. If in Pillage Village, you're racing your neighbors to acquire 3 relics and prove your right to rule. Each turn, everybody simultaneously plays cards against both their neighbors. It's rock, paper, scissors meets the prisoner's dilemma with turnips. There must have been a deal on turnip meeples when they made this. Okay, super easy to pick up on with enough rules to make it satisfying play for more seasoned gamers. It's lightweight between heavy games that I would use for pretty much everyday group I played with. It takes only 5 to 10 minutes to learn, about 20 minutes to play. Lots of fun, lots of take that action, lots of way to get what you need in different fashions by adding specific cards to your hand. The artwork is amazingly cool and whimsical, and the rules are easy to understand. Jelly Bean Games hit themselves a home run with this game. Bravo. Very cool. Right on. Fun little card game. So let's see. If you want to get this guy, you can get both the Surf and Turf for just $18. And if you want to go all in Surf and Turf and wooden turnips, $28. $10 for them turnies. You can get the whole turnip, everything, all of it for $48. Why not? Not bad. Not bad. Okay. One last. Catacombs Cubes. So Catacombs is like a flicking dexterity game. There's Catacombs Cubes now. I remember seeing this at Dice Tower Con, just like a little demo area thing. It was just like in a case even. It wasn't even being played. I was curious about it. Solve puzzles and assemble buildings out of wooden cubes in this medium weight strategy game. Multiple game modes, solo play supported. Okay, Catacombs Cubes. Very cute. Cutesy. Like it. Why not? Help build the town of Stormtrine from the Catacombs universe. Take on the role of Catacombs hero and compete to expand the small village into its full glory. Up to 4 players, up to 6 players for the Monuments expansion. Collect resources in the form of unique wooden cube shapes. Use the resources to solve 3D puzzles and build unique structures. Strategically place completed buildings, tiles into the village grid to unlock combos and earn extra rewards. Contribute to the town palace to earn even more rewards. Spend coins to perform special actions and contribute the most to the town to be the winner. In terms of rules and strategy, Catacombs Cubes can be compared to the following games. This is a really clever thing, actually, to see like what heaviness and things. So it's heavier than Tiny Towns and Splendor, but lighter than Voyages of Marco Polo and Great Western Trail. 30 to 45 minutes. Younger kids can easily have fun building with the wood blocks. They got kind of like Tetris polyomino things. Tight. Cool. So, whoa. So you want to make stuff that matches the things to be able to build them. Okay. I would love to see more about like this game, just because the whole stacking and stuff, but it's kind of like a board game with those elements, and it seems cool. Like I think it seems kind of interesting that it's an element to to a game that has other stuff into it. Catacombs Cubes, says Jared, is lacking everything I love about board games. Wooden turnips. That's all I need. It's the only thing missing from this campaign. It's got little pyramids and fun art. It's got wooden blocks, but none of those blocks are turnip shaped, and I don't get it. Why do they deny us so? Okay, so it looks like you have this side, and you flip it over to put the building out, and you're trying to, again, be the person that worked on the town the most. Monuments expansion can add a couple of players, and monuments, I imagine. Cool. So let's see, $54 Canadian, 41 is $40 American. No lepers, no turnips, but everything else. I like the whole building thing. This is a game that, like, I don't know. I'm going to remind me of this one, actually, because I am curious. This is one that, like, I don't know if I get, but I would love to play this again, like, at a convention. It just seems like kind of cool and fun and interesting, and we're playing it with people. I would be intrigued by that. So, yeah. Interesting. And cool art, man. Like, it looks nice, for sure. So I guess you roll the dice and you get to choose one of the quarry offers, which gives you cubes and stuff, or blocks, I guess, not always just cubes. You can build one of the village tiles on the planning board or build their residence tile. They must have the necessary resources to build that structure. So that's interesting if everyone's can kind of have access to the same types of buildings right here. So you're trying to be the first one to complete stuff. That's kind of cool. Interesting. Very interesting. They look kind of pretty. Things like that. Cool. I like it. No lepers, no turnips, but not bad anyhow. All right, folks. That is it for me. Catacombs are underground, right? Tower building seems counterintuitive. They're big catacombs. Catacombs so big they can support whole towers and cities and things. Kind of like, Legend of Drizzt or whatever, the Underdark. Things like that. It's pretty spacious. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining me, everybody. We're going to be live. We're going right into Mondays tomorrow. So we're going to be live at 5. On Gen Con's Twitch channel. I don't know quite what we're going to play. I can't remember if we agreed on something and I'm just not remembering or what, but we're going to be doing that. We have a news segment debuting this week. So definitely come check that out. That'll be on Thursday, I believe. BGSN's coming back. We're going to be launching an every 2 weeks segment where we're kind of talking about the news in board games in a humorous way, and kind of doing our daily show thing with it. So that'll be really fun. So definitely come check that out. And we'll be streaming stuff like we be doing. Thank you, Slivers, for putting together a great list once again. Hopefully there's something interesting. I definitely am interested in Kaliko. I want to find out more about that. And a couple others that I hearted. So a couple things to show Nick and see if we can maybe convince ourselves to take a look. So maybe it's like Moria's his Rainer. I mean, Moria had towers and all sorts of stuff in there. I think Catacombs is it's nice. It's a Mine and Moria type situation. You can fit a Balrog, you can fit a tower. That's all I'm saying. So folks, we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, come join us at Gen Con's streaming channel on Twitch. And we'll be there. So I'm out, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for spending a little bit of your weekend with me. Much love, as always, to all of you. And we will see you real soon. Bye.